Live from KQED News, I'm Brian Watt. Good morning. 9 employees of the Valley Transit Authority who were killed by a coworker last week were remembered at their agency's regular board meeting last night. Board Chair Glenn Hendricks wept as he talked about the victims and said the agency will focus on supporting their families and other employees. During public comment, some, like Keith Brown, called for retroactive hazard pay for employees who worked during the COVID-19 pandemic.
They have really provided an essential role during the pandemic, and now more than ever, we must invest in our frontline transit workers.
Workers from several other regional transit agencies are helping VTA staff its bus routes, and light rail service is still suspended. A bill that passed the state assembly this week would provide an alternative to calling police to respond to people experiencing a mental health crisis. The bill was inspired by the death of Miles Hall, who was shot by a Walnut Creek police officer 2 years ago this week after family members called 911 asking for help. East Bay Assemblymember Rebecca Bauer-Cahan wrote the bill.
These families that need support when their loved one is in crisis, they need to reach out to someone for help. And currently the only avenue to do that is through 911, and then they get a law enforcement response.
The legislation sets up a hotline where health professionals can respond to these emergencies and try to de-escalate them, either separately or in tandem with law enforcement if needed. I'm Brian Watt, KQED News.